Hey, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in again. So, thanks for checking out the channel. Just do Prius and rideshare driving related videos. So, if you like this, be sure to subscribe for more videos. So, today we're going to talk about a question about my Prius. The question I got pretty often was, how much did I spend to replace the hybrid battery? Now, when we're talking about the hybrid battery, that's the most expensive battery in the car, not the little tiny battery that most cars have. I had a 2010 Toyota Prius, and I had that for years. I ran it up to about 200,000 miles, and then at that point, because I'm so rough on the car, the battery pack died, so I had to replace it. So there's a couple of different options when you have to replace the battery pack or the hybrid battery. I'm not sure what it's called. If you do, leave a comment below. So the three options that I found are, you can get a brand spanking new battery pack, and then you just go to the dealership for that. One of the horror stories I heard before I bought the Prius was, be careful because the hybrid batteries are so expensive. They're like $10,000 to fix. So I think probably at one point that was true, but when my battery died, that price had gone down quite a bit. To get it done at the dealership, it was around, I think, $6,000. So that's definitely not cheap, but not $10,000. Yeah, right now, as I'm making this video, it's 2008. So I don't know where, maybe the price has gone down a little bit. If you know, be sure to leave a comment below. So that's the first option, get the dealer to replace with a brand spanking new battery. The second option that I came across was replacing cells. I guess these batteries, they're partitioned into a lot of different cells. I think it's like 30 or 40, maybe more, I don't know. Leave a comment if you know how many cells are in these hybrid batteries. Anyhow, so when the battery goes bad, typically the whole battery isn't bad, it's just a couple of cells here and there. And then some of the companies in the area, they'll offer to replace 1, 2, 3, 4 different cells. And they charge something like $50 or $60 per cell. So basically, you bring in your car, they take the battery out, they replace the bad cells with something that they've refurbished or they've purchased, and then they pop that back in your car, and then you're on your way. So that's a pretty cheap option. If you're just trying to get the car going, I think that one's pretty good. Least out of pocket. But most of the people will tell you that, yeah, okay, so if you got 4 or 5 of those cells going bad, there's probably going to be more cells that go bad after that. So you probably want to go ahead and just replace the battery. And I don't know if that's true or not. I felt like they were trying to upsell you on buying a new battery. You know, it is what it is. And then finally, the option that I went with is, actually, no, I'm sorry, there's 4 options, because there's a third option where you can buy a refurbished battery. So the same folks that we were talking about right now, where they will replace a couple of the cells, they also replace the complete battery, and then they give it to you. So they just refurbish it, replacing all the bad cells, and then pop it in your car, and supposedly it's supposed to be good, ready to go, as good as a new battery, but much, much cheaper than getting a replacement battery. So I did go with that option as well, and I'll tell you about that in a little bit. I'm not going to recommend that, because the thing is, you don't have any idea what kind of work those people have done on the battery, and then usually the warranty is pretty slim on that type of repair. So I ended up going with that one on the cheap option. I found a guy that would do it for $1,000 and have it back to me the next day. So I give him the car. Next day I get my car back with a refurbished battery. He gave me like a 30-day warranty, and I took it, and just being a cheap ass, and sure enough, about 2 months later, the whole battery died again. So it was basically mostly a waste of $1,000 for a refurbished battery out of warranty. So there's nothing I could do. Okay, so then the final option, which is what I was running afterwards, that I would probably recommend. So there's a place that in Orange County, actually there's various places, they're kind of like junkers, I guess. So this particular company, they buy and sell demolished or totaled Toyota Priuses. So I went to them. They said, hey, we got this Prius. It'll fit your car. We'll just pop the battery out. It's got 40,000 miles on the battery. So we'll give you a little bit of a warranty, and it's going to be $1,500. So $1,500 for a Toyota used battery out of a 40,000 mile car. So in my calculations, like I said, I run my cars pretty rough. So, and I got 200,000 miles out of mine. So the way I was doing my math is, okay, it's got 40,000 miles. If I baby it, it's going to last probably over 160,000 more miles. If I run it rough, it might last 150,000 miles, which is plenty. I mean, that's years and years of driving. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. And they gave me a pretty good warranty because they believed in the battery. They saw the car that was demoed. They know how many miles are on it. And they gave me a receipt. It's an actual shop. So yeah, so I signed up for that. I got the battery replaced. And I drove that car for another year and a half. No issues whatsoever. None. And I sold the car to a family friend. They still drive the car today. And nothing wrong. So that's my experience on the cost to replace a Prius Hybrid battery. I would probably say if you can find a junker that has it used and they can install it and they can give you a warranty and stand behind their work, maybe they have good reviews online, I would probably opt for that. I would say that the rebuilding thing, not my thing. I already spent $1,000, so basically I wasted $1,000 trying that cheapo method to save 500 bucks, and it cost me an extra 1,000. But do you have any experience with that? Replacing a hybrid battery? If so, leave a comment and let me know how it went. Be sure to subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.